Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Unforgettable Paris moments. How Coco Gauff's champion mindset transformed her title run. A recently released video from Roland Garros has commemorated Coco Gauff's magnificent campaign in Paris, where she claimed her second Grand Slam title, defeating Aryna Sabalenka 6-7, 6-2, 6-4 in a tight final. Featuring previously unpublished statements from the American, the footage offered a glimpse behind the scenes of Gauff's emotional celebration. At just 21 years old, Gauff has spent several seasons cementing her status among the world's best. In fact, for the third consecutive year, she finished in the top 3 of the WTA rankings and has now accumulated 11 titles, including 2 Grand Slams, 3 WTA 1000s, and the 2024 WTA Finals. The clay swing was particularly demanding for Gauff, who reached the finals of the Madrid Open and the Rome Open consecutively before her arrival at Roland Garros, a run that included a victory in the match of the year against Zheng Qinwen in the Rome semifinals. Paris doesn't whisper to champions, it challenges them. The red clay of Roland Garros is a living thing, stubborn and honest, demanding patience, courage, and belief. Every year, it tests the finest players not just with brutal rallies and sliding footwork, but with memory. It remembers who panicked. It remembers who rushed. And it remembers who trusted themselves when doubt crept in. For Coco Gauff, Paris became more than a destination. It became a mirror, reflecting not only her growth as a player, but the quiet evolution of a champion mindset that would redefine her journey on clay. The arrival, Paris is a promise. Coco arrived in Paris with a walk that looked calm but carried weight. The city greeted her with early summer air, cafe-lined streets, and the unmistakable gravity of history. This was a place where legends had been forged and broken, where patience mattered more than power, where belief mattered more than hype. For years, Coco had been labeled many things: prodigy, future star, next icon. But labels don't win matches on clay. Mindset does. As she stepped onto practice courts, something felt different. Not louder, not flashier, but steadier. There was no frantic energy, no desperate need to prove. Instead, there was intention. Every drill had a purpose. Every pause had meaning. Paris wasn't asking her to be perfect. It was asking her to be present. The inner shift from talent to trust. What transformed Coco's run in Paris wasn't a new serve or a sudden tactical revelation. It was trust. Trust in the hours she had put in when no cameras were watching. Trust in her legs to defend one more shot. Trust in her instincts when the crowd held its breath. Clay exposes impatience. Early in her career, Coco sometimes fought the surface, trying to force winners that weren't there. This time, she listened. She constructed points like a chess player, moving opponents wide, opening the court, waiting. And when the moment came, she didn't hesitate. That patience wasn't passive. It was powerful. Matches that changed everything. Each round in Paris felt like a chapter in a longer story. There were matches where the scoreboard didn't tell the whole truth. Long deuce games, rallies that stretched beyond comfort, moments where 1 point felt like 5. In those moments, Coco's body language spoke volumes. No slumped shoulders, no rushed towel breaks, just deep breaths and clear eyes. One particular match became a turning point. Down a break, with momentum slipping, the old noise threatened to return. But instead of forcing shots, Coco reset. She slowed everything down, her walk, her toss, her thoughts. She didn't try to win the match in one swing. She won it one decision at a time. From that moment on, Paris felt different. The court no longer loomed. It welcomed the crowd and the connection. Parisian crowds are famously discerning. They reward courage, creativity, and heart. Coco gave them all 3. They watched a young woman slide fearlessly into corners, retrieve impossible balls, and turn defense into offense with a flick of the wrist. They saw joy, not reckless joy, but the quiet joy of someone doing exactly what they trained to do. Between points, Coco acknowledged energy without feeding on it. She let it pass through her, not control her. That balance, connection without dependence, marked a new level of maturity. She wasn't performing for Paris. She was competing with herself. Pressure moments where champions are revealed. Clay court tennis is a test of nerves disguised as a sport. Break points linger longer. Errors feel heavier. Momentum shifts slowly, then all at once. In the tightest moments of her Paris run, Coco showed something that can't be taught: composure under uncertainty. She didn't rush serves when break points loomed. She didn't abandon patterns that worked. Even after missed chances, she stayed anchored to the present. That mindset, next point, next decision, became her greatest weapon. Paris noticed the evolution of leadership. What stood out most during Coco's Paris journey wasn't just her shot-making, but her presence. She carried herself like someone who belonged in every conversation about champions, not as a future promise, but as a present force. On changeovers, she studied notes calmly. After errors, she nodded, not in frustration, but in understanding. It was the language of self-awareness. She wasn't chasing perfection. She was building resilience. And resilience on clay is everything. Legacy in motion. Whether lifting a trophy or walking off after a hard-fought battle, Coco's Paris run marked a turning point. It was proof that her greatest strength wasn't speed or power. It was perspective. She had learned how to lose points without losing belief, how to fight without forcing, how to carry expectation without letting it crush her. Paris didn't just test her tennis. It refined her identity. Why these Paris moments will never be forgotten. Years from now, when highlights roll and stats blur together, these Paris moments will still matter. Not because of one shot or one scoreline, but because they capture the moment Coco Gauff fully stepped into her champion mindset. A mindset built on patience, on courage, on trust. Paris didn't change Coco Gauff. It revealed her. And once a player learns who they truly are on clay, the rest of the tennis world starts paying attention. Because champions aren't born in one victory. They are shaped slowly, stubbornly, beautifully on courts like Paris. France Tennis. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.